Hello, this is Harwin from SEO Wolf. Today, I wanted to share on topic of applying to job portals like a marketer. So, a lot of times when people they graduate, nobody tells them how to apply to jobs or how the job market functions or works and how HR works and anything of that. And even when if they're told, the picture that they're given is not a very good one. So I don't know about other countries or cities. I'll just give you of what works here in India and maybe Mumbai. So here's the thing. First of all, you should not feel guilty of maybe if you've applied to a lot of jobs at once because here's the reality. If you're a fresher, if you're starting out, most of the times people who are going to go through, they might not even open your mail, they might not even get it, and for some reason or another there's a huge possibility no one will ever read this mail. So don't go for this two or three picks for maybe a day. A lot of times, if I wanted to do this, I'll just tell you how I do it. I once I go if I'm looking for a job here, so I just go to job portal like one and maybe apply to the 100 or maybe 150 whatever is the limit for that day, and sometimes there's a monthly limit. So I'll probably just go on the last 28th or 29th of the month and start applying there, and maybe the weekends, and once the month ends I'll apply another one, another once again. So this is the thing. So when I'm starting out as a fresher, if it's a competitive market, I know that a lot of people will not be opening the mail, not to be responding back, and if I apply to 100 or 200, the calls I might get back is like 10 or 20 or maybe 30. So a lot of times it's not going to work. So I understand that, I'm aware of that, and this is not something that is something that to get upset over. And the other thing is, even if you get a job, if you got get a call from the job, a lot of times it will be too far away from where you live for traveling, or it might not be suitable to you, or it might be on a function that you don't like, an industry you don't like, or maybe the HR is just very grumpy that day they might not like you, and they might flake on you. A lot of times this happens. So you're playing a numbers game here, and it's not that you're not professional here. A lot of HRs will say that it's unprofessional if you just mask applying like this. So you can be professional here by returning all the calls if you get. You don't have to pick up every call all the times. So what I'll do is sometimes let the phone ring that day. So at the end of the day, or maybe the next business day, I probably on the morning business hours, I'll call everyone back, and that is suitable time to reply to anyone here. So nothing changes in 24 hours. The job might not slip away in 24 hours. If it does, maybe it was not good for you. So you don't also have to pick up every call that comes here once you apply. You can let that phone ring, and you can answer it. Maybe you can call back 5-10 minutes later, or like I do, maybe the next day. If you're working, you can't all, of course, or if you're on the call, if you're already working, you cannot take those calls. You have to answer later. And maybe if your day ends, it ends on the business day, the HRs and who is the people calling you, they might also be done for the day. So you can call the next day in the morning, the business hours. So that is one strategy. And the other thing is, try to call on Mondays or Tuesdays so that you can go for the interview on the same week. Maybe it's like a Friday, a Wednesday. Because if you do something of make commitments on Friday, Saturday, sometimes people forget, and that's just how they work. And so you have to be aware of that. And the other thing, if once you get on a call with them, You don't have to sell everything on the call that you are not going to get job while you're on the call speaking to HR only. So you have to sell them enough so that they call you for the interview, and once you get the interview and they like you, after that you can discuss all the salary and other details once they're there. So you just have to qualify that it's legit, and when you can schedule to meet and those kind of stuff here. So don't go in so much detail and questionings. You can of course ask them to send you a website of the company and things like that, but don't get too invested before you get an interview. So that's how it works. The other thing is I do call back everyone, so I think I'm being professional here, and I understand that a lot of people sometimes go through crisis where they're not getting jobs, and it gets upset for them. So it can be an emotional process for people. So this is kind of my process. How it is a working process. Every time I do it, I do maybe 120, 50. It depends. I usually do get 20, 30 calls back, and when I call them back and convert them, I usually do get 2, 3, or 4 interviews every time. I used to do that. So this can work in every city. The dynamics are the same, and it's a competitive market, so it's okay. People are also going to flake on you. The HR is going to maybe flake on you, and they also get tired of people just telling them that they will come and they don't come and those kind of things. So try not to do that. If you're not coming, call them and tell them you're late or you're not be able to come. Maybe you can talk to them and schedule it for later. So yeah, earlier I used to maybe forget to do that, but now I think it's better and more professional to just tell them you won't be able to come, or you just had an afterthought and you are no longer interested, and those kind of things. So be professional with all the people that you're doing, but remember it's a numbers game sometimes, and if it's a competitive market out there, you have to play the numbers game sometimes. And if people reject you, they don't return your calls, or they don't ask you for interviews, or they don't even open your resume, that is fine. You have to accept it. It's a numbers game. Don't get upset over that. So just keep doing that if you're looking for a job here, and that's fine. Don't get invested till you go for the interviews here, and that's all. And maybe if it helps you, I hope it helps you. And if you have any suggestions other that I might add in future videos, you can suggest me. So I think this can work in other cities too. I've not tried it, but there I think you might not be getting as many flakes here of people, and people will actually be reading uh, more of your resumes, because they would not be getting so many applicants like there is in a city like Mumbai. So that's all. Keep doing. If you're searching, don't get upset, and if you get rejected, that is fine. A lot of people don't know how it works, and a lot of times if a HR is taking your interview, they might not be knowing what exactly are the skills that actually are required for the job, because they're HRs, and maybe if there's a manager, or if you speak to that kind of person there, or an operations person there, they might be better knowing of whether you're suited or not. So that is okay. The HR is just maybe qualifying you, whether you're a suitable person, whether you're okay person or not, those kind of things. And that's all. Hope that helps. This is Harwin from SU World signing out.